And Hungary stressed on the importance of supporting security, stability and peace in the region and the world. And the activities of the GCC Days start in Muscat and reveal its program which are to be implemented in the upcoming days. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. His Excellency Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister of Japan, received His Highness Said Asad bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty the Sultan at the Akasaka Palace in Tokyo. During the meeting, they reviewed the bilateral relations between the Sultan and Japan, as well as ways to develop them within all aspects. The meeting was attended by the delegation accompanying His Highness Said Asad bin Tariq, and from the Japanese side by His Excellency Yasutoshi Nishimura, Japanese Minister of State for Economic and Fiscal Policy, His Excellency Akihiro Nishimura, Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary, His Excellency Minoru Kihara, and other officials. The Economic, Industrial and Free Zone Summit 2019 started today at Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. It reviewed efforts related to economic diversification and encouraging local and foreign investments. And we have reported that by Saleh bin Khalfan Rahbi.
The role of the economic zones, free zones and industrial estates in the Sultanate in promoting investment opportunities, the most prominent projects in place, and the strategic changes in regional trade and internal developments that make the Sultanate an ideal logistics hub for potential investors topped the discussions at the Oman Economic and Free Zone Summit.
Oman for Economic and Industrial Free Zones Conference is one of the unique conference being held. This is the second time in the Sultanate, and it's to enhance the foreign direct investments to the free zones and to the industrial zones, plus the Doqom Special Economic Zone. We do have economic diversifications, especially now with the new law that came out with the royal decrees for private-public partnership. This will help and enhance Oman's abilities to attract those investments.
The conference, which is organized by the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development (ITHRA), focuses on the efforts of the economic and free zones in economic diversification and their role in encouraging local and foreign investments.
We are glad that we are collaborating with Free Zone Watch to organize the second edition of the summit. Today we have 500 participants from different countries participating, as well as we have 40 speakers from different parts of the world. We will be discussing different topics related to investment promotion and related to the investment opportunities in Oman.
The United Kingdom views Oman as a very important bilateral partner, and UK companies, in fact, are already very significant investors in the Sultanate. For example, of FDI into Oman, UK companies already contribute more than 50%. So it's a country that UK is very familiar with, very comfortable with, and as Oman becomes increasingly more attractive, we hope that UK companies will play a greater role in FDI.
The participants in the conference stressed that the Sultanate offers great potential for international investors, especially that its economic, free and industrial zones enjoy competitive advantages that attract foreign investment, and indicators point to an increase in the number of companies investing in these areas, which in turn contributes to increasing investments and promoting economic activity. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan Rahbi, Muscat.
His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed al-Omani, Minister of the Royal Office, received Michael Patrick Mulroy, the U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Defense for the Middle East. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and reviewed the march of good historical relations binding the two countries and developing them to achieve the mutual interest of the two friendly countries, as well as discussing matters of common concern. reviewing fields of mutual cooperation between the Sultanate and the United Kingdom were discussed during a meeting held between His Excellency Said Badr bin Saud bin Harib al-Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defence Affairs, and Lieutenant General Sir John Lorimer, Senior British Defence Advisor for Ministry Affairs, currently visiting the Sultanate. During the meeting, they conversed about a number of matters of common concern between two friendly countries. The Sultan of Hungary affirmed on the importance of supporting anything that could strengthen security, stability and peace in the region and the world. They came during the meeting of His Excellency Yusuf bin Ali bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, with His Excellency Peter Siarto, Hungarian Foreign and Trade Minister. The two sides affirmed on both countries' willingness to enhance the joint relations which serve the aspirations of the two nations. During the meeting, they discussed a number of issues of mutual concern in the regional and international levels. The Sultanate and Hungary signed a memorandum of understanding for political consultations between the two countries. The memorandum was signed by His Excellency Yusuf bin Ali bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs from the Omani side, while from the Hungarian side, it was signed by His Excellency Peter Siarto, Foreign and Trade Minister. The Sultanate hosts the Gulf Cooperation Council Countries Days, which started today and will continue until October 23rd. The event takes place in some governorates of the Sultanate in addition to the Governorate of Muscat. The Sultanate's hosting of these events comes as it presides over the current session of the GCC Supreme Council. The GCC Days include a range of events on the Council's progress and achievements in the economic, cultural, social, health and environmental affairs. The GCC Days showcase the common Gulf work and its achievements in education through entertaining in an effort to highlight the achievements made in the human and environmental sector through the participation of student companies. In line with the Sultan's efforts to strengthen food security, Nakheel Oman Development Company (NODC) celebrated World Food Day for launching its second brand, Nizwa. Inspired by its namesake city, the new brand identity pays tribute to the country's deeply rooted culture and heritage. The company has entered the production stage, which will increase competitiveness in dates marketing in the Sultanate. The company is also planning to export Omani dates to the international markets as part of its future vision. The company will target Asian and African markets. NODC has accomplished over 50% of its project of planting 1 million palm trees, set to become one of the world's largest dates producers and the Sultanate's flagship food processing and production company. NODC is building an industrial complex in the Wilayah of Nizwa. The company is exploring international export opportunities in products extracted from dates, such as natural juices and syrups, as well as byproducts from palm trees such as animal feed, fertilizers, natural coal and lumber.
Nizwa will fill a gap in the Omani market. It's a high quality date. It's a date that is priced reasonably for the consumers here. It is currently we are importing lots of dates here in Oman, and we're trying to fill that gap in Oman with the type of dates that we have. The brand also is dedicated for exports, so it's going to grow. We have the first priority for us is the local market, but definitely the international market. As our production is increasing, we are exploring more and more opportunities. We are expecting that this year we will be exporting to 2 markets specifically, which we are negotiating to send the dates. But as I said, the priority is for the local markets to fill the gap of a good quality, reasonably priced dates.
The Oman Environmental Services Holding Company, BEER, announced its hosting of the International Sustainability Resources and Technology Conference in February next year. The conference will include a number of experts and academics and will contribute in Oman Vision 2040, as well as income diversification in the Sultanate and the region. This will eventually make the Sultanate a pioneering country in the technological transformation towards a sustainable future. The conference also aims at establishing regional platforms to accelerate the spread of latest and modern technological innovations to achieve sustainable development objectives and to promote the principles of circular economy.
The Sultanate has a great wish to diversify its economy. They don't want to be only reliable on oil and gas, but want to start new industries, new economies. And this conference, I hope, can help in identifying what are a number of market-ready technologies that could be applied here in Oman.
The third edition of Opal Oil and Gas Conference shed light on renewable and future energy as well as technological solutions. Our reporter Saleh Al-Rahbi has more details on the following reports.
Technology, marine solutions, in-country value, human resources and training, as well as renewable energy were highlighted at the third Oil and Gas Conference of Oman Society for Petroleum Services, OPAL.
In this conference, we have 7 themes. They cover for the first time in our third edition of this conference the areas that are new to us, like offshore EP, exploration and production, as well as renewables. But we also keep the original themes that are very important and critical for the oil and gas sector, like health, safety and environment, as well as human resources development and ICV, in country value.
Around 200 participants attended the conference to discuss health, safety and environment in the field of oil and gas, information and communications technology in oil and gas, advanced technology and innovation in the field of oil and gas.
We're going to be talking about the renewables, we're going to be talking about the regulations, the efficiency of Oman as a place to invest, how we can actually foster better environment for investors coming in. We're going to be talking technology, ICV, in-country value.
On the sidelines of the conference, an exhibition was held showcasing a range of technologies, equipment and services related to the oil, gas and energy sectors in the Sultanate, giving participants and industry professionals a unique opportunity to gain insights across a variety of topics that are essential to sustainable growth in the Sultanate's core energy sector. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh Al Rahbi, Muscat.
Still to come, our news bulletin. Falconers strap a camera to the back of a white-tailed eagle as it flew across the Alps in 5 countries to raise awareness about the beauty of natural world in the face of climate change.
ال27 من أكتوبر يوم التصويت لانتخابات أعضاء مجلس الشورى للفترة 9. صوتك أمانة. مع تحيات وزارة الداخلية.
Welcome back to the news. The Royal Oman Police ROP celebrated today the opening of a new police station and service building in the Wilayat of Rakhyut in the Governorate of Dhofar. The Rakhyut police station is a new security and service station to be added to ROP's achievements as part of its continuous expansion to cover all governorates of the Sultanate and achieve its plan to move all services closer to the community. The station was constructed according to the latest standards to provide the best police services to citizens and residents. Rakhyut Police Station includes a section for public security, inquiries, criminal investigation, traffic accidents, an operation room and administrative office. The opening ceremony was held under the auspices of His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Saif Al-Lamki, Deputy Governor of Dhofar, in the presence of Major General Hamad bin Sulaiman Al-Hatmi, the Assistant Inspector General of Police and Customs for Operations. It was also attended by officials, senior officers of ROP and other security and military units, sheikhs, dignitaries and citizens. Rear Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis Al-Raisi, Commander of the Royal Navy of Oman, received Lieutenant General Sir John Lorimer British Senior Defence Advisor for Middle East Affairs, currently visiting the Sultanate. The meeting exchanged viewpoints, discussed a number of matters of common concern. The Public Authority for Civil Aviation, PACA, and National Records and Archives Authority, NRAA, approved system of classifying private documents and extended retention schedules at PACA. The preparing of the system came according to the mentioned procedures at Law of Archives and Records and its executive regulations, in addition to relying on the survey conducted by PACA team in coordination with specialists from NRAA on types of files and records in the authority. The works of the Network Forum Middle East meeting for securities markets started in Muscat. Around 120 institutions, including financial organizations and authorities, in addition to banks and investment companies from around the world, took part in the forum. It is hosted by the Muscat Securities Market and targets small and medium enterprises and companies so as to raise the efficiency of Omani companies and their status, especially on the global level. It also aims to enhance cooperation among the participating bodies and institutions. The hosting of this forum by the Sultan is considered a great opportunity to shed light on the investment aspects within the aim to attract more foreign investments in the country, especially in securities market sector. Encouraging investors with the importance of listing topic of cybersecurity dangers within the priorities of their investment programs was discussed in the work session organized by the Ministry of Technology and Communications. The session discussed contribution of the investment institutions from public and private sectors in enhancing cybersecurity at local and international levels due to the cyber attacks of high financial losses on investors and institutions. The session also seeks to uplift investors' awareness and acquaint them with the report of World Economic Forum on enhancing responsibility and safer innovation. Activities of the Oman exhibition on the security, safety and firefighting started in the Governorate of Muscat. The exhibition in its 5th edition aims to shed light on the best solutions regarding the issues related to forgetting school students in buses, in addition to safety procedures when dealing with fire cases. Around 90 countries took part in the exhibition to showcase the latest products in the firefighting field. The pavilion of the exhibition included commercial security, ambulance and rescue, cyber security and many others. With an investment from the private sector, a new real estate project was launched by Al-Aiz International Group, including 2 new hotels. The project will provide new hotel trademarks, apartments and villas for the beneficiaries that combine modern and traditional designs. It is located in Al Quorum Beach, overlooking the Sea of Oman. As the board is concerned, hope that this project plays a great role to enhance the tourism and economic sectors in the Sultanate. The Ministry of Endowments and Religious Affairs launched Rustaq Public Waqf Institution as one of 17th Waqf institutions that Ministry supervised that came during the seminar, which was organized by the Ministry of Endowments and Religious Affairs. The seminar highlighted the legal framework of the Waqf institutions' work in the Sultanate. The seminar also highlighted the role of Waqf institutions in the Sultanate, as well as legislative and regulatory role on the Ministry to follow up with the work of these institutions. It as well threw light on the governance of the Waqf management. His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television, presided over the event. Falconers strapped a camera to the back of a white-tailed eagle as it flew across the Alps in the 5 countries to raise awareness about the beauty of the natural world in the face of climate change. We have a report on that.
A white-tailed eagle named Victor soared over the Alps with a camera mounted between his wings to capture images of glaciers crumbling due to global warming. Organizers hope Victor's spectacular eagle's view footage will help jolt the world out of climate change apathy and towards swifter action to combat its effects. His handler hopes that seeing the world as an eagle sees it will also convince viewers of the importance of protecting birds and their environments, especially after a devastating recent report chronicled their decline. The 9-year-old eagle made the first 5 flights through Germany, Austria and Italy before ending his mountain tour in France. Organizers hope Victor's heavy lifting will yield powerful images that make disappearing glaciers impossible to ignore. French falconer and freedom conservation founder Jacques-Olivier Travers said humanity has 2 dreams: to swim with dolphins and fly with eagles. This is the first time that we will really ride on an eagle's back over such distances and such vistas and see how he flies. Meanwhile, Italian authorities are scrambling to respond to fears that part of a large Italian glacier near Mont Blanc is on the verge of collapsing. They have warned that falling ice could endanger homes and people in the Valfret area, a popular hiking region.
This is the Sultan of Oman Television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultan of Japan review in Tokyo the strong relationships between both countries and their friendly people. The Oman Economic and Free Zone Summit confirms that GDP value exceeds 3 billion Omani Riyals in 2018. The Sultanate and Hungary stress importance of supporting security, stability and peace in the region and the world. And the activities of the GCC Days start in Muscat and reveal its program which are to be implemented in the upcoming days. And with that we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin from Bulletin newsroom and studios. Thanks for watching. Good night.